This is Tank's Vlog for December 20th, 2018. Wrapping up today in sports. We're brought to you by Allow Me to Be Frank, the weekly podcast you can hear on SoundCloud and iTunes. Click, listen, hear many of our great episodes. Be sure to enjoy it. Holiday greetings and season beatings were on hand in Washington as the Capitals and Penguins renewed acquaintances. And they did not let old acquaintance be forgot, as Tom Wilson, just a minute into the game, laid out Jamie Olszewski, knocking him out unconscious. This is a total cheap shot from Tom Wilson, a well-known cheap shot artist. So, the first time they got together, Wilson was suspended. Chances are he's probably going to serve another NHL vacation. He spared 20 games at the start of the season. And Tom Wilson, there's a such thing as honor in hockey, and Tom Wilson repeatedly crosses the line. Of course, the Penguins would get the last laugh; they got the win, but it's always entertaining when the Penguins and Capitals get together. There's always a ton of fights, and of course, you gotta love when Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby are chirping at each other. It's just fun fighting, and it's the first time this year they got together. Wilson was suspended the first two games, but now Wilson's back on the ice, and it only took him a minute to attack someone on the Penguins. Elsewhere in the NHL, it was the Avalanche beating the Montreal Canadiens 2-1, as a former Capital Philip Grubauer had a big day with 35 saves. Capitals surely could use Grubauer tonight, although Brandon Holden did hold his own. Holby did hold his own. So let's move on to the NBA, where the Boston Celtics. What is going on here? They get their 8 straight wins, and now they're back playing lackadaisical basketball. Of all teams to lose to, the Phoenix Suns at home. How did the Celtics lose to the Phoenix Suns at home? Of course, the Suns now have won 4 straight after a 4-24 start. So at least the Suns are playing a little bit better. Rookie DeAndre Ayton had a big day with 23 points and 18 rebounds, while Kyrie Irving led the way for the Celtics with 29 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. Meanwhile, those Brooklyn Nets, ooh, what a turnaround by the Brooklyn Nets. Now, 7 straight wins. And this is on a back-to-back night, very tough back-to-back. This is a team that didn't win back-to-back ever. Now they've won back-to-back again. First time, it took 5 years for them to win back-to-back games on the road. And now they've won a back-to-back road game, going into Chicago against the Chicago Terribles and winning 96-93. Spencer Dinwiddie, another great performance, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Meanwhile, the Knicks are continuing to tank. The Knicks are doing it right. Knicks are doing the right thing. Every loss is a win for the Knicks this year. And this year was another loss as they got hammered by the Philadelphia 76ers, 131-109. Joel Embiid led the way with 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. It was the Charlotte Hornets stinging the Cleveland Cadaver's 110-99. It was the Spurs 129-90 winners over the Magic. The Raptors got back on track, beating the Pacers 99-96. Kawhi Leonard, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists in that one. The Rockets shot the lights out with a record 26 3-point shots made as they hammered the Wizards 136-118. It was James Harden leading the way with 35 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists. It was the Bucks 123-115 over the Pelicans as Giannis Antetokounmpo had 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. The Pistons needed overtime to beat the Timberwolves 129-123. Blake Griffin. Isn't it about time for Blake Griffin to be on the disabled list? I mean, it seems like overdue for an injury. With 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. The Jazz stunned the Warriors 108-103. That's big news here. Here in Idaho, believe it or not, they love the Utah Jazz. We get Utah Jazz news all over the place. We get Utah Jazz highlights, Utah Jazz news. It's in the papers. The Utah Jazz are like the most popular team in this part of Idaho. We got the Trailblazers 99-92 winners over the Grizzlies. And the Oklahoma City Thunder hammered the Kings 132-113 as Paul George had 43 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. In today's bowl game, a bowl game that was unwatchable, it was the Ohio Bobcats handing San Diego State a fourth straight loss. San Diego State was really good at the start of the year, but they faded at the end, and just didn't even bother to show up today, as they lost the Frisco Bowl, the DXL Frisco Bowl. DXL, DXL. I buy a lot of shirts from DXL. Shirts, underwear, pants. They got a good big and tall shop. But no free ads. So it's Ohio over San Diego State, 27-0. Let's look at today's 3 stars. It's Paul George of the Thunder, AJ Ouellette, who had 199 all-purpose yards for Ohio in the DXL Frisco Bowl, and Philip Grubauer, who had 35 saves, one goal against the Montreal Canadiens. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the captain, David Wright, 36 years old. Shame how his career came to an end with the spinal stenosis. I still think our idiot med doctors caused that because they don't know how to diagnose injuries. And Ray Ramirez, the worst trainer ever. And we look back to 1983. On this date, the Montreal Canadiens got 2 milestones in New Jersey as Steve Shutt scored his 400th goal and Guy Lafleur scored goal number 500. So check out the full story at Barstool Sports and at Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. And don't forget to listen to Allow Me to Be Frank on iTunes and SoundCloud.